What's good, Commanders fans? So first preseason game, first time looking at the jerseys. I thought the jerseys looked fine. I'm not going to say anything about the fight song or the mascot or whatever that they unveiled today. But, Commanders lose 21-23. Doesn't really matter about wins or losses in this one. So I guess we'll just get started with Antonio Gibson, man. I'm speechless. I don't want to overreact from a preseason game, but you can see it on his face, man. He looked like, he looked a little teary-eyed as well when he was on the sidelines. Like he just knows that Brian Robinson, man, if he gives any chance to Brian Robinson to take more snaps and more carries, Brian Robinson will take it. And honestly, he deserved to be benched. He played with the second team. And then on a 4th and 1, Antonio Gibson was running with the second team with Heineke and the other guys. And they decided to put Jonathan Williams in on that 4th and 1. So that spoke a lot of volumes to me. Now, Antonio Gibson, I think he's going to start week 1 unless he fumbles again next week. But Brian Robinson, he runs hard, man. He runs mean. And he deserves more snaps. He does. He deserves some more snaps, in my opinion, when he plays in week 1. So we'll just break it down here, position by position or player by player, whatever. I got my notes here. So I guess we'll go with Carson Wentz too. I thought Carson Wentz played pretty well. I thought he was had a solid game today. He threw the ball he tried to throw it to Jahan. He overthrew him a little bit, and then they called a pass interference on the other side for Terry McLaurin. I thought he had some nice passes to Armani Rogers. I thought Armani Rogers did a solid job for being one of the few healthy tight ends that we had there. Thought he did a good job. I was like, hey, he's going to throw the ball to his tight ends, and he threw it to Armani Rogers, and I thought Armani Rogers came down with a couple of catches there, here and there. Who else? De'Ami Brown had a catch, not from Carson Wentz, but De'Ami Brown caught the ball over the middle. He threw a really nice pass to J.D. McKissick. J.D. McKissick made something happen. So I thought Carson was cool, calm, and collected. Now, he held onto the ball one time, a little too long, but he got rid of it right before they touched him. I thought, you look at his numbers, what was it, he was 10 for 13, 74 yards. And I think he would have hit 89.9 quarterback rating. I think he would have led them on another drive down the field if Antonio Gibson didn't fumble the football. I thought Carson Wentz I thought he had command of the offense, no pun intended. I think, all the inaccuracy stuff that the media was talking about, maybe he was inaccurate in practice, but he's still learning and getting chemistry with his guys. But he looked good. I thought he took what the defense gave him. He didn't force anything. He did try to throw the ball deep twice, one to Terry McLaurin, and the defense just was there. But I like what I saw from Carson Wentz. I thought he looked like a good top 15 starting quarterback to me. I know it's preseason, so you can't really take too much from it. But I thought Carson did a good job. Once again, I just feel like he took what the defense gave him. He was cool, calm, and collected. No interceptions, no touchdowns either. But he made some solid throws to convert and get some first downs here and there. So, but yeah, Brian Robinson, man, he looked good, man. He got the first ever Commanders touchdown in any kind of game. Thought he played well. Took advantage of his opportunities there. And he had a nice catch, too, to convert for it was like a 9-yard catch. And I thought that's one of his underrated skills is catching the football. Looking at the quarterback, Sam Howell, I thought he did a great job. Now, he did throw some balls. There were some YOLO-type passes, trying to bring him back. We were down 2 touchdowns. Thought he did a heck of a job. I love the escapability from Sam Howell, man. I think he's a guy that can throw guys open. Now, Calvin Harmon, he should have came down with a catch. He dropped it. But Sam Howell had some really, really nice passes. The one to Dax Milne, where Dax Milne scampered up the field. Dax Milne looked pretty fast when he got the football to him and ran up the field. And he threw one to Alex Erickson that went for a first down and more. And then somebody got an unsportsmanlike contact. I think his name was it's number 38. I can't remember his name, but Sam Howell looked good, man. He's got wheels, man. He's like a bowling ball out there, man. Really, when you look at him at Carolina, he had to run because a lot of his receivers, De'Ami Brown left, Daz Newsome left. And Sam Howell had to improvise. They ran design runs for him in North Carolina. And you can see the mobility and the escapability, ducking his head down, Carson Wentz-esque kind of stuff, and threw a first down to Alex Erickson. I like that, the mobility there. He's not afraid to take a hit either. He got sacked twice. But Sam Howell, I like the way he throws. I love that. I love the accuracy. I love the arm strength from Sam Howell. I love the touchdown run where he pump faked and then ran in. Got the defense on their heels, and I love that. And I love the goal line run, too. And we converted on a 2-point conversion, which we usually don't do. Scott Turner really struggles with that. So I love what I saw from Sam Howell. Taylor Heineke, 4 for 9, 21 yards, touchdown, 1 pick. Clearly overthrew. I think it was Kyrick McGowan. Wasn't even close. But, of course, he had a nice run, too. He made some solid plays here and there. He's going to be the backup. Sam Howell could fool around. If Sam Howell does play better next game than Taylor Heineke, I don't know if he's going to be quarterback number 2, but we'll see. We'll see throughout the season though. So, Jared Patterson, I thought he was okay. I thought he was solid for the most part. I'm gonna look at my notes here because I have stuff in order here. So, Bobby McCain and William Jackson, I thought they had a really good pass breakup there when Baker Mayfield tried to go deep. Now the secondary was getting torched. They were getting cooked a little bit. Now Kendall Fuller, he was on zone. He was in zone, and then Shi Smith just kind of ran past him and got that easy touchdown. Sam Darnold just threw it up in the air. It was just so easy. It was just one of the easiest touchdowns you can ever see. Doug Walker, my goodness, this guy is hilarious. I didn't get to listen to much of the audio because I was like driving and listening a little bit and watching at the same time. Doc Walker's hilarious, man. I love that they have him on the play-by-play doing the radio stuff. He is hilarious. He really is. Antonio Gibson, I'm rooting for him. He just popped up in my mind again. I don't want to call him Matt Jones. I called him similar to Matt Jones last year with the fumbling. He led all running backs with fumbles with 6 fumbles last year. People say I gave him a hard time, but I'm telling you, we don't have time for the nonsense. We really don't. If he goes out there and fumbles against the Jags or the Lions and gives the Lions any kind of life or opportunity or any type of momentum off of a fumble, we just don't have time for it. We really don't, man. The Chargers fumble was inexcusable, man. We just don't have time for that stuff. We really don't. Super, super talented, though. He really is. And I'm an Antonio Gibson fan. I really am. Bobby McCain, Will Jackson, they had a good pass breakup. Baker Mayfield tried to throw it to Robbie Anderson. Kendall Fuller, he didn't really get burned, but in zone, Shi Smith ran right past him. Or it was Rashard Higgins, one of the two, had a really easy touchdown. Curtis Samuel, he had a false start, but Curtis Samuel looked good with those running back, with those reverses and whatnot, using him as a running back. They didn't really use him as a pass catcher. I don't even think he got one catch today. Let me see here real quick. He got 2 catches for 14 yards, so he had 1 catch for 8 yards. I like the way they used him today. He looked healthy, he looked spry, he looked quick, looked a little bouncy there. So I like what I saw from Curtis Samuel. Jaden McKissick had a nice spin move. Brian Robinson first touchdown. J. Smith Williams and Deron Payne. I like the way they rushed Sam Darnold. Daniel Wise looked good throughout the game. Curtis Hodges had a nice catch. Dax Milne and Taylor Heineke. I don't know what happened in the second quarter where Dax Milne was on a sideline. He was like running. It was a crossing route, and they just didn't. I don't know if Heineke missed him or Dax Milne dropped the ball. I couldn't really tell. De'Ami Brown had a nice catch across the middle. I talked about that. I talked about Jonathan Williams getting that 4th and 1 snap instead of Antonio Gibson. And Jonathan Williams did a good job. He got it. He flexed on him, man. He runs hard, man. Him and Jared Patterson, they're battling for that 4th spot to make the practice squad. Jared Patterson looked good, too. I thought he had some good runs, but John Williams, man, he runs hard, man. We got a good running back group. We really do. We have a deep running back group for sure. Daniel Wise, he got a sack. He did a good job rushing the passer. Danny Johnson did get beat a couple times. He usually plays on the slot, but they put him on the outside, and he did get beat a couple times. It was either Shi Smith or Rashard Higgins or number 13 for the Panthers. I can't remember his name. PJ Walker was dicing us up too. It did look kind of like the regular season a little bit where Jack Del Rio, he really struggles against mobile quarterbacks, and PJ Walker did a really good job moving the sticks and moving the chains for sure. Stephen Parker, I thought he was a standout today. I thought he had a nice hit. He had a couple pass breakups. I thought he played pretty well for the most part. There was a 3rd and 5 in the third quarter. We gave him a first down run, an easy first down run. We did that in the 4th quarter too. There was a couple 3rd and 4s and 3rd and 5s where we just gave up some first down runs where they were inexcusable. Bosby let them convert a 3rd and 13. I don't know who the receiver was, but yeah, Devontae Bosby and Danny Johnson, they struggled a little bit. Jeremy Reeves, I saw he got a sack. He was solid in coverage, but he did get an illegal contact where we had a sack fumble in the 4th quarter, which would have sealed the game on Matt Corral, but they called a legal contact on Jeremy Reeves, and he did hold the guy. He did. It was a holding penalty for sure. Sam Howell almost threw an interception on 3rd and 12. Just trying to force stuff and trying to lead a comeback in the 4th quarter. William Bradley King had a nice 3rd down, bat down on Matt Corral. So I like the way he rushed the passer. With Chase Young being out, we got to see who's going to step up as that, the rotational starter on the other side of Montez Sweat. Calvin Harmon disappointed me with that drop, man. That was a nice pass in the bucket from Sam Howell. You got to catch that. He bobbled the ball, went out of bounds, and then came back in and caught it. That's a flag. You can't do that. And I'm rooting for Calvin Harmon. I really am. The wide receiver battle pendulum. Marcus Michelle had a nice catch. I like what he did for the most part. Calvin Harmon had a drop. Dax Milne had a nice catch and run up the field. Alex Erickson looked good out there, had a 2-point conversion. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Alex Erickson, man. I like Alex Erickson. Originally, I had Alex Erickson making it over Dax Milne, right now, I just don't know who's going to make it. I really don't. Dax Miller had a nice punt return. Alex Erickson didn't really do much in the punt return or kick return game. Ron Rivera talked about how it was infuriating about kick returning, so we'll see what happens there. Like I said, Mark Michelle had a catch. Sam Howell had the pump fake and the touchdown. So that's really it for the most part. Reggie Bonifant is his name. He had one catch for 9 yards. Jared Patterson had one catch for 2 yards. Terry McLaurin had a catch for 16 yards. I thought he looked good out there. I do want to see some more targets to Jahan Dotson. He didn't have a catch. Carson Wentz tried to get him the ball, but I'm not getting too worked up if he doesn't make any catches in preseason. It doesn't really matter to me. So, but I do see the weaponry out there. I see the potential I call him the big three. Somebody said don't call him a big three yet with the wide receiver trio we have. I know I'm going to pump the brakes, but I see the potential there. I see the weapons with Gene McKissick. If Gibson can hold on to the ball, Robinson, Carson Wentz doesn't do too much, just take what the defense gives them. I think this offense can be a really fire, high-octane, high-potent type of explosive offense for sure. So looking at the secondary, Percy Butler, I thought he ran around, made some good plays. Milo Eifler had a really nice hit across the middle. Percy Butler did drop an interception, but I thought he was solid for the most part. David Bada had a half a sack. Jeremy Reeves had 1 sack. Stephen Parker made some good plays. Derek Forrest had some good plays here and there for the most part. Didn't really see much from him. Jamin Davis, didn't see much from him either. To be honest, same thing with Cole Holcomb. I didn't see much from the linebackers, to be honest, to really make an assessment on them for sure. But I do think, the Panthers, they were, looking at the team stats, they were 11-8 for 18 on third downs, which is, definitely was our Achilles heel last year. Second team and third team. First team gave us some big third downs too, to be honest, on the ground for sure. So, but yeah, it was our first preseason game, and we were 3 for 3 in the red zone, which is good, man. We really struggled in the red zone. The penalties, they got to clean that up. 2 turnovers, one fumble, and 1 pick thrown. So not going to analyze too much on the team stats, but I think Sam Howell, he looked good, man. He looked good. He had that dog in him for sure. I thought he was Sam I am. I thought he played really, really well. And I thought about it again with Jason Wright backing up Carson Wentz. I have no problem with Jason Wright said. I thought it over. I have no problem with him defending his quarterback. It is what it is on that part with the Scott Abraham asking him about, Philly didn't want you and, the Colts didn't want you. So I'm excited about Carson Wentz. I'm excited. I thought he did some good things out there. I really did. I thought he did some good things. Scott Turner was solid for the most part. But if I had to give out game balls, I guess it would be Sam I am. Like what Alex Erickson did. 2 catches for 56 yards. Dax Miller had a good game too. Brian Robinson gets a game ball. And that's really it. If I'm gonna give out game balls for preseason. Stephen Parker stood out. He did. Stephen Parker stood out, man. I like what I saw. He played in the NFL before, so he's not like a pickup. He's not, no disrespect to the USFL, but this guy Stephen Parker actually played football and played meaningful snaps before. We just picked him up, so I'm intrigued to see what he can do. For Darian Mathis, another rookie, I like what I saw from him. Sammy's Reyes, didn't really see him do much, to be honest. So if you look at the tight end, Armani Rogers, man, he might be able to leapfrog Sammy's Reyes just because he can provide more in the passing game, to be honest. So Armani Rogers, I like what I saw. The guy from Ohio, Curtis Hodges, either one didn't really make a big impact, but I thought Armani Rogers made some really good catches out there. 3 catches for 12 yards. So Curtis Hodges had 3 catches for 11 yards. So really not much more. But we need Cole Turner to be back. I want to see what he can do. I want to see what John Bates. I already know what John Bates can do. But I really hope Cole Turner is available for the next game. I hated that this game was at 1:00. I really hope it's at night next game. I gotta look at the time, but yeah, that's about it. What's his name? Baker Mayfield. He didn't do much either, but PJ Walker, he did cut us up. He cut us up a little bit here and there. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. If I missed anything, let me know. Hail to Commanders. Peace.